Alright, hello and welcome back to the next round of this league with Jeskai. This is pretty close to an ideal hand, so I'm pretty happy to keep it on the play. Honestly, this is a weird one where we kind of wish we were on the draw because Spell Snare is so great on the draw. We do wish this was another blue source to turn on Logic Knot, but, you know, this hand's pretty close to having everything, so I'll take almost everything over possible nothing on 6. This Scalding Tarn is going to be grabbing a Steam Vents just to get our colors all fixed. Botanical Sanctum Aether Vial. Interesting. This is likely a fish variant. It's either that, it might be Bant Spirits. There are a couple things that it could be. It's hard to tell at this point. We're not going to pay life. Play a Plains and pass back. Mutavault, Silvergill Adept. Silvergill Adept. Let us Spell Snare. They revealed another Silvergill Adept. Spell Queller. I'm really hoping to find a land in the top couple of cards of our deck, but it's not necessarily the end of the world that we haven't found one yet. Ideally, another blue source will come up soon. So they didn't have the Curse Catcher. Oh, now they do. Alright. We're going to have to pick this off eventually, so we're just going to do it now. There's a chance they're playing Kapala. And that means it's better to go ahead and just try to fire that stuff off when they can't put it onto the battlefield. Or before they put it onto the battlefield, I should say. The Serum Visions is not ideal, but I think it's going to be better to just really work towards us hitting these lands that we just need so desperately. That is a good one. Spell Snare is pretty great against them, but they do have a bunch of cards left. Yeah, so what I think we're going to do is top the Helix and top Spell Snare, and then we will play this tapped. We kind of need another red source in order to do anything. We could flash in a Snapcaster Mage as a blocker, but I think we would really rather be using Snapcaster Mage to flash back something like Lightning Bolt. So we're just going to go ahead and not pay the life here and just pass. Maybe trading it for the Mutavault would have been reasonable. Alright, so we knew about the Silvergill Adept. So they're going to put it up to 3, but they're responding to the trigger to go ahead and flash in their Master. That means they're probably out of 2-drops. Spell Snare is about to look a little embarrassing as a result. Green. Uh-oh. Alright, Mutavault, sure. So the things have Island Walk. Ended up working out that we did not snap there. Or leave up mana for snap. Just saved us a couple points of life. Now what we'll be able to do, ideally, is when they attack, snap, bolt, Master of the Pearl Trident, block Mutavault. Marrow Regery. Oh, is it Kapala? Oh, it's Kapala. I talked about needing to kill stuff before Kapala hit the table. What have I done? Alright, this is fine. This actually isn't that bad for us since they don't have a Lord. Okay, so they're attacking with just those. That makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and bolt this, which will cost the full 3. And they have a Spell Pierce. Good grief. Alright, well, I guess it... Probably should have just responded to the Mutavault then. Or not the Mutavault, I'm sorry, the Aether Vial activation then. That was foolish. That was just foolish. The mistake is going to cost us the game from the looks of things. Yeah, we're just dead on the table. We'll go on and go to the next one. Oh, that felt really bad. That was really dumb. That was really dumb. Alright, so first of all, we're going to cut our logic knots. Then Verdict is great. Staticaster is great. Engineered Explosives is pretty good. And then Pia and Kirnalar are both pretty reasonable. Our job is just to keep their lords off the table. So from there, since we're just trying to grind them down for the most part, I think this is actually one of the matchups where we don't really like our Geists very much. They get outsized pretty quickly, and they're always going to have creatures to block it. So I think we just want to focus a bit more on whittling down their resources. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be thinking about that punt on the Kapala for a minute. That was, I talked about Kapala the turn previous. It was on the radar, and I was just playing too quickly. Alright, we're going to slow down, we're going to tighten up, and we are going to win games 2 and 3. I would love to play first. The lack of a blue source here is pretty rough. We're going to have to mulligan, I think. Yeah, we'll mulligan this. It's really close. We want to keep it, but it's just not realistic. The Verdict tier makes this hand a pretty good keep, in my opinion. We just really want to find a red source. I'm going to bottom that in hopes of finding that red source. Play a Colin on tapped and pass. Aether Vial, sure. Nope, there it is. Oh, but that's fine. So we're just going to shock in this Hallowed Fountain in case they play a 2-drop. We want to be able to spell snare it through Curse Catcher. Another Aether Vial. Gross. That's rough. That is rough. Okay. Well, probably just going to get buried in cards here. Hopefully not. Supreme Verdict's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting. We're going to go on and just play Scalding Tarn, because it's unlikely we need all 3 of our mana this turn. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the Sulphur Falls, and we will just pass. Put a 2-drop in, Silver Gillidev. They are just all kinds of set up for the Jeskai matchup here. Good grief. 2 vials of Shaper's Sanctuary, and their cantrip bears are rough. We're just going to take this hit. We're at a high enough life total where it's kind of incidental. We have to pick what we're actually going to be dealing with. I think I want to counter this with Cryptic Command. And then bounce Shaper's Sanctuary. They have land available still. The bouncing doesn't really do a whole lot. We'll just probably counter draw then. We can get a basic mountain. That way a Spreading Seas doesn't knock us off of red. Another Silver Gillidev. Rough. Alright, let's go ahead and just fetch up a basic island here. And Serum Visions. Maybe should have got a basic plains the more I think about it. Helix is not bad. Queller is fine. It's not great. It is not great. I think we just need to dig for our sweepers and our things that deal in combat. Maybe Queller is actually that thing for us. Island is nice because it lets Snapcaster Mage flashback Supreme Verdict, which is going to probably be pretty crucial for us here. Let's go ahead and top both of these in that order, and then we'll just pass the turn. So if we get to a game 3, we're going to be bringing in Wear Tear to deal with Shaper's Sanctuary. That card is just so problematic for us. Yep. Alright, we'll draw our Queller and we'll just pass back. Roll up to Kapala. Nope, 2 2s. Interesting. Flash in this Naked Queller. Vial on 2. Lord of Atlantis. Sure. Helix, Lord of Atlantis. We get to draw a card. The goal here is to put them in a position where enough of their cards end up on the battlefield that the Supreme Verdict is actually worth something. So we're just going to take 6 here. Go to 4. Go ahead and attack for 2. White, 1 and 1. Ooh, gross. Master of the Pearl Trident up top. Jeez. Alright, guess we're supposed to do this now when we know it'll die. And before they can roll these up to Kapala range. Well, we tried. We tried. We punted away game 1 for sure, but I don't feel like there's a whole lot. There are probably different avenues we could have taken game 2. But it kind of just feels like they had everything every step of the way that game. We could have killed the creature on instep. I shouldn't have F6'd there. That was a mistake on my part. But make sure and stick around for the last game of the week. See y'all in just a second now.